Etapu, Assalamu alaikum, Namaste, Haru Nefer. This is Qesankh Keperu with a exciting new video and actually a live stream. And in this live stream, we're going to be talking about how to beat the modern system. But before I do that, I want you to hit the like button on this video. If this is your first time to my channel, hit the subscribe bell to get notifications on when I go live and when I upload recorded videos. If you want to know more about my spiritual teachings, you can become a Patreon supporter for as little as $1, $5, or $20 per month. There is no obligation and you can cancel anytime. As a subscriber, you will get access to instructional videos on the spiritual, on the esoteric, videos that will teach you how to meditate, proper breathing exercises, how to communicate with your ancestors, how to build a magical amulet for protection, how to summon spirits, and so much more. So become a Patreon supporter today. Last but not least, share this video with family and friends so we can get the revolution started. So, Haru Nefer, Namaste, Grand Rising. I want to talk to you today about beating the modern system. And I want to thank you all for joining this spontaneous live stream. And this is going to be a very good and important live stream because we're tackling a subject matter that is much needed, especially in the African American community. You see, we as ADOS or FBA or Freeman, there's so many names that we go by, we are aware of the fact that we are oppressed, impoverished, put on the peripheral, neglected, which is why we're trying to fix this system by asking for reparations for all the work our ancestors had done since they have been brought here, enslaved and forced to work the cotton fields without any type of compensation. For some of us, we see a way around the oppression. Because if you don't believe that we are oppressed, then, I'm sorry, I don't have time to convince you. You can look at corporate America, their hiring practices, how they only hire certain types of people. HR itself has taught Black women how to exclude Black men from the corporate world in their hiring practices. So, as I was saying, that many of us are aware of the fact that we don't have a pot to piss in. We are not financially literate. So to kind of beat the system or get out of this situation, we've gotten involved in various different hustles. And what these hustles are ways to beat the so-called system by cheating and conning our own people so that we can rise to the top. In the Black community, you'll see the Umar Johnsons, Jay Morrisons, who come into the Black community with this so-called plan of either a Black school for boys or real estate plan. And there's so many besides these two I have mentioned. And they ask you to participate or help support their endeavor, because as they outline their plan, you will be compensated and you will be enriched through their plan. You understand what I'm saying? So these grifters come into the community, give you a great, wonderful presentation or sales talk. And before you know it, many of us are giving money to these grifters. And then they basically take the money and run. And we're left wondering what went wrong. Now, as I said, there are many besides Umar Johnson and Jay Morrison. These are two of many who have learned to beat the system by walking all over Black people and using them. And many people learn from them, pick up the mantle and put their own plans together, their own con games together. And because Black people are so impoverished and uneducated, we are not wise enough to see through these grifters. So consequently, we open our wallets and our purses to them so they can basically rob us. And then we want to blame them. But if we had just done a little research, because we have this wonderful thing called the internet and AI, which will give you the information and background on anyone. If we had just did the research, we would have learned that these people have criminal records, that their plans are sketchy at best. But we're not culturally conditioned to do that because we are right brain thinkers that operate out of the mammalian brain. We are very susceptible to oratory speakers who give a good speech. So when we are moved by another group of grifters, the pimp pastors, who have perfected this art of presentation and conning, when we are moved by their speeches, we tithe, we give them money. Because they are promising us a way to beat the system, a way to get out of poverty. And it's a promise that never is fulfilled, especially in the church community. The minister benefits and the congregation becomes even poorer. And they're left with their hopes and dreams smashed. And then they become disillusioned. Well, I'm here to tell you, brothers and sisters, this is not the way to beat the system. And just like Las Vegas, I had a friend who commented that when he first arrived and got off the airplane and was walking through the airport, he could see already slot machines stationed all around the baggage area. This is because they have a plan. Because Las Vegas emulates life. They say that you shouldn't play the games in Las Vegas because the odds are in the house's favor. And so is life. Life is set up for you to lose, not to win. The odds are against you because you haven't learned how to beat the system. Oh, yeah, you could become one of those grifters and try and profit off your own brothers and sisters. But eventually it will catch up with you. And you will be locked up eventually. So that's not truly beating the system. My door opened back there. Some spirits. Ooh. You must understand first that in order to beat the system, you must study and understand how it operates. The ebb and flow of the system, the structure, the cycles. But that's not enough. That's not enough to beat this modern system set up so that you will fail in life. You can't win by working a 9-to-5 job. You'll never become successful. They bring you into the corporate world and give you this speech about how the company is for you, how your family, how the company's going to look after you, and all that bullshit. Their goal is to work you to death. And what do you get? Just 2 weeks vacation out of the year? After you have worked 50, 60 hours a week, neglected your family, your health for this corporation. And surprisingly, the system is set up so that its own people, white people, will fail. And the real goal of the system is not for you to fail, but to eliminate you, to get rid of you. Because the modern Black man and woman go through 2 times as much stress as a white man and woman. We are picked on. We are victimized. We are singled out. No matter how good of an employee you are, their goal is to get rid of you. And they will find any little infraction as justification for terminating you. You can't walk in the streets or through Walgreens or Walmart without them watching you, singling you out as a potential shoplifter. Even though you've lived your life exemplary as a perfect citizen. But you gotta understand that you can't beat the system by participating in the system. You cannot. And the truth is, and it actually comes from one of my favorite films I watched when I was younger, called War Games, when a computer did a simulation of the United States fighting against Russia in a nuclear war. And the computer concluded the only way to win is to not play the game. Do you understand? The only way to win is to not play the game. You're going to have to understand that you have enemies, even among your own people, who are out there to do you harm, to take money from you, to discard you. So not only is the system against you, your own people are against you. And many are trying to indoctrinate you into the system. You have your Jehovah's Witness out there trying to get you involved in their cult. You have the Christian pimp pastor ministers out there making their little speeches every Sunday to get money from you. You have the education system, universities out to get money from you. And you graduate with your PhD or what have you, only to get on the unemployment line. So you're screwed. Don't play the game. Because you can't win. You see, your friends and family members may have drinking the Kool-Aid, but you need to refrain from taking a sip. It'll be detrimental to you. What you need to do is to start looking at things differently. There's something called the elusive obvious, meaning the answer is right in front of you, but still it's elusive. You see, we can never fight this modern system because the technology that they have will wipe you out very quickly. The military has weapons that you have not even seen. That can disintegrate you as you sit here watching this broadcast. And we can't, as Farrakhan was pitching, separate and have land of our own to build, because we will destroy one another. If we were to separate and form a separate nation with just Black people, in a few short years, we would destroy one another. because we have not learned to work together. We still have our conditionings, our jealousy, our envy, our hatred that has been planted in us through social engineering. We have a hatred, of self-hatred that we project onto others. When we've been taught not to like ourselves, so we don't like our brothers and sisters when we look at them because they remind us of ourselves and our shortcomings. So we would destroy one another. I don't see how Farrakhan didn't see that. How he didn't understand that. It's obvious. We can't come together and work together and live together because we're mentally ill. There's a lot of mental illness in the Black community. And we have not addressed this issue. This is why in places like Chicago, we're shooting and killing one another. Yet, not one of these gangsters or rappers has enough bravado to go out there and take out white people who have done wrong. We wouldn't do that because we're too scared. But we could wipe out our own brothers and sisters quickly if they were to just step on our shoes. We pull out a gun and delete them. But a white person could come along and tap dance all over you, and you wouldn't do anything. Yes, sir, master. Yes, sir. So it's clear that in order to beat the system, we first cannot participate in this system. We must stop supporting it. And now I'm going to say something that many of you may not understand or even agree with because you have been trained by this left brain society to only see the world in one way. So what I'm going to say is going to sound alien to you. We have yet to learn the science of magic that our ancestors, the ancient Kemetic people, have left. But this oligarchy understands the importance of it, so much so that they have sectioned off parts of Egypt and the tombs so that you can't go there and you cannot excavate or even look in those tombs because there are secrets that they are keeping among themselves. And these secrets are metaphysical principles. These metaphysical principles, if you tap into them, can change your life, can set you up for success. You see, the oligarchy has set it up where you have these religious pimp pastor ministers all across the country preaching this left brain ideology to imprison your mind in left brain linear thinking. All the while, this elite oligarchy practices metaphysics, the secrets of our ancient Egyptian ancestors. They tune in to alternate states of consciousness. They tune into tapping into the ether to communicate with spirits. They tune into secret principles to attract wealth. They tune into protection spells so that you can't touch them. So all the while you go about your life looking at the world from a left brain perspective, which is looking at the world through the five senses, and not experiencing the metaphysical. Not experiencing a new dimension, an alternate dimension, where one can communicate with spirits and gain insight and knowledge. Where one can open your third eye and tap into the Akashic records. So instead of basing your entire life on the acquisition of physical knowledge and wealth, which is dangled on a stick with a carrot to attract you and have you do things. Here you go. Come here, do this. Jump, 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 jump. To have you do things and live an empty life of chasing that wealth that you'll never acquire, and they'll make sure of it. When you can tune into these forces that are ready, willing, and able to help you. These secret forces have been passed down through generations of the family line of the ruling elite. And it's not hard. It's not complex to tap into it. It's very easy, in fact. But you have to want to take that step. You have to make the agreement with yourself that you will not participate and support this modern system. That your third eye will awaken and you will start to see things that you've never seen before. That you will awaken a whole new experience for yourself. We need a revolution of the mind. First and foremost. We are at the point where we can never have a true revolution, a physical revolution to take on this system. We are not capable of doing that. It won't happen. So the revolution will not be televised. But the revolution of the mind will take you to new levels and new heights in thinking and acting. You are a very powerful person, very powerful. This is why they are afraid of you. This is why they oppress you. This is why they try to eliminate you on a daily basis, because they know what you built in the past, and they're afraid that you will duplicate that in the present. Locked within your mind are techniques and principles that can change the world if you open up to it, if you tune into it. The spirits, the ancestors, and Neter, God, Allah, is waiting for you to take that step. Are you ready to do that? As I said, the first thing you must do is divorce yourself from this modern system. And start moving from left brain thinking to right brain thinking, where you're opening up that third eye to see the elusive obvious. And start to make contact with the spirits, the energies, the interdimensional beings that are waiting for you, and they're waiting to help you in your endeavors. As I said before, they're dangling the carrot on the stick, and you're chasing it because you think you can get it. You think, and you're so ego-centered that it's different from you, or you're different from everybody. You can make it. Your demo tape will make it. You're so ego-centered that you think that you will achieve all of this on your own and somehow get out there and make millions. And you're selfish as well, because you don't think about the system and how it hurts and cheats and lies. You just think about self. So you have to start thinking differently. You have to start changing everything about yourself. And on a daily basis, work to tune in to those energies that are out there. To assist you, to walk hand in hand with you, to change the world. And you can do it. You can do it. God wants you to have abundance. God doesn't want you to be poor. He didn't put you on this planet to be poor. But the ruling elite, they're hoarding wealth. Those Muslims, so-called Muslims in the Middle East, have so much money, they don't know what to do with it. So what do? They create gold toilets, gold license plates to go on their cars, gold shirts. They literally have so much money, they don't know what to do with it. They've been enriched by an unfair system that rewards the corrupt and evil beings. And you play along with that. No, you must expose that. You must say, I won't participate in that. I won't support that. That hoarding of wealth. Tell them you walk with Neter. You communicate with the spirits. You study ancient mystical system of ancient Kemet. And you are among the children that will change and transform the world into something better than what it is. My brothers and sisters, if this message resonates with you, please donate to the channel. Thank you for joining me. This is Qesankh Ma Keperu, son of Ma'at and Tahuti. Ma'at is the beautiful goddess Heru. Until my next video, I'm in Ra.